Genetic modification saved humanity, but now, a deadly mutation threatens to destroy Genesis colony from within. Will they survive, or has science gone too far? Don't miss out on the best. Subscribe now to my YouTube channel and join this amazing community. Every week, new adventures, tips, and much more await you. Hit the subscribe button and activate the bell to stay always up to date. On a remote, hostile planet, Genesis colony was founded by visionary scientists searching for a place where humanity could evolve beyond Earth's limitations. The atmosphere is toxic and the terrain inhospitable, yet the colony's inhabitants have survived thanks to advanced genetic modifications that allow them to adapt. Among them is Liam, a young man who, unlike most, was born without any modifications. Raised in the shadow of this sophisticated technology, he has developed a complex relationship with it, feeling both awe and a deep unease about its limits. Over the years, the colony has prospered, but divisions have formed between the genetically modified and the unmodified. Eva, a lead researcher in Genesis, has been deeply involved in studying these genetic enhancements and monitoring their impact on the population. Although she is a strong supporter of the modification technology, she has recently noticed unexpected, lethal mutations in some modified colonists. As the colony faces this unknown threat, Liam and Eva cross paths, each sensing that the future of Genesis colony hangs in the balance and may demand more than they're ready to face. Within the modified community, some colonists begin to show disturbing symptoms: muscle deterioration, discoloration of the skin, and severe fatigue. These symptoms worsen with time, leaving many bedridden and vulnerable, with scientists struggling to understand the cause. The unmodified, like Liam, observe these changes with growing concern, questioning whether the colony's ambitions have gone too far. For Liam, these mutations reinforce his skepticism about tampering with human genetics, and he begins to suspect that the technology may carry a hidden cost. Eva, however, is determined to understand the mutations and seeks to halt their spread before it's too late. As she investigates, she uncovers a disturbing connection to a genetic modification performed generations ago, one that was meant to help the first colonists adapt to the planet but seems to have an unforeseen flaw. As cases continue to rise, Eva realizes that reversing or halting modifications might be the only way to stop the mutation's progression. It is a step she knows will be highly controversial, but she fears it's the only path forward. As the mutation spreads and modified colonists fall ill, tensions rise in Genesis colony, with the unmodified inhabitants beginning to question the genetic path the colony has taken. Led partly by Liam, a group of unmodified colonists advocates for a return to natural living, rejecting further genetic interference. They see the mutation as a warning sign that humanity has overreached and lost sight of its origins. Conversely, the modified colonists feel threatened by these accusations and resist the call to abandon their genetic advancements, which have become a central part of their identity and survival. Eva tries to mediate, emphasizing that they must work together to uncover the truth and find a solution. But the resentment on both sides has grown too strong, and every attempt at unity seems to widen the rift further. As protests break out, Liam and Eva realize they must act quickly to prevent a complete societal breakdown. They form a fragile alliance, hoping to guide the colony through this crisis by bringing both sides together in a search for the truth about the mutation. To understand the mutation, Eva dives into the colony's genetic archives, looking for any information on the original genetic experiments. What she finds shakes her. Buried in the records is evidence of a secret modification performed by the colony's founders. The experiment was intended to prepare the first settlers for the planet's harsh conditions, altering their DNA so they could endure the toxic atmosphere and harsh landscape. However, the experiment seems to have left a latent flaw, a genetic mark now surfacing as a deadly mutation. Liam joins Eva in poring over the data, and together they realize that the founders took enormous risks, playing with the lives of everyone in the colony. They conclude that for many affected colonists, the mutation may be irreversible and might require drastic measures to contain its spread. The discovery that the very foundation of Genesis Colony was built on secrets and genetic manipulation profoundly shakes both Liam and Eva, yet it also strengthens their resolve to work together to confront the unfolding crisis. Eva reaches a difficult decision. To protect the colony, she must reveal the truth about the original experiments to everyone. She knows this will likely cause panic and resentment, but she feels the colonists have the right to understand the risks embedded in their genetic code. With Liam at her side, she calls a general assembly and lays bare what she found in the archives, imploring everyone to cooperate in finding a solution to stop the mutation from spreading. The revelation has an immediate and intense impact on the colonists, who react with a mix of fear and anger. Some of the modified, terrified by what they've learned, turn to the unmodified for help, while others deny the risks and refuse to abandon their genetic enhancements. The colony is left sharply divided, but Eva and Liam continue to urge unity, reminding everyone that without cooperation, their survival on the planet is uncertain. They both know that it's only a matter of time before the colony faces a decision that will define its future. Determined to find a way to save the colony, Eva and Liam assemble a team of scientists and unmodified volunteers to work on a possible cure. Their approach involves partially reversing the modifications in affected colonists, an unprecedented and extremely dangerous process. As they proceed, they discover the genetic modifications are deeply embedded in the DNA of the modified colonists, making any changes potentially fatal. Each failed experiment is a heavy reminder of the high stakes. Eva's initial confidence is shaken with each setback, while Liam grows increasingly determined, seeing the value of science when used responsibly. Their partnership strengthens as they push forward, united by a shared desire to save the colony from self-destruction. As the cure progresses in small but promising steps, Eva and Liam are reminded of the challenges they face in restoring trust and unity to a fractured community. They both know that time is running out, but each success fuels their hope. A faction of modified colonists, led by a man named Darius, rejects Eva and Liam's cure and demands the continuation of genetic modifications. Darius views any reversal of the modifications as a betrayal of the colony's mission, a denial of everything Genesis stands for. He rallies support among those who are unwilling to abandon their evolved identities, escalating the colony's divisions even further. Darius's ultimatum creates a tense standoff, as he declares that he and his followers will not submit to any attempt to alter their genetic state. Eva and Liam try to negotiate with Darius, but it becomes clear that he is immovable in his beliefs. He sees their efforts as an infringement on the modified's right to exist as they are, and he won't compromise. Realizing they cannot force Darius's group to accept the cure, Eva and Liam decide to offer it only to those willing to undergo treatment. But they both fear that this solution will not stop the impending conflict between those who accept the cure and those who resist it. Tensions reach a boiling point, and the colony erupts in violence as the modified clash with the unmodified. Darius and his followers attack the lab where Eva and Liam work on the cure, destroying valuable equipment and threatening their progress. The colony descends into chaos as both groups fight to assert their right to choose their own fate. Eva, caught in the middle, tries to defuse the situation, but her voice is drowned out by the frenzy of battle. Seeing the destruction unfold, Liam realizes that the colony cannot survive if its people remain divided. In a desperate move, he takes the floor and appeals to the humanity of every colonist, urging them to remember that their real enemy is the planet's hostile environment, not each other. His words resonate with some, and the violence slowly subsides. But the colony remains deeply fractured, and Eva and Liam know it will take more than words to heal the rift. Wounded and seeing the damage he has caused, Darius finally understands the consequences of his stubbornness. In a moment of remorse, he surrenders himself to the colony's authorities and renounces his leadership. He requests that those modified who wish to continue with the genetic modifications be allowed to do so freely, while others pursue their own path. His sacrifice brings a fragile peace, and his gesture gives both sides hope that they can find a common future. Eva and Liam see Darius's act as a turning point and work to rebuild the colony from the ruins of division. Though scars remain, many colonists choose to unite and begin the process of rebuilding together. Eva, grateful for Darius's final gesture, starts to envision a future where modified and unmodified can coexist. Genesis colony may yet survive, but only if its people are willing to embrace diversity as their true strength. With the conflict behind them, Genesis colony enters a new phase of reconstruction based on mutual respect and cooperation. Eva and Liam lead efforts to establish new guidelines for genetic modifications, advocating for individual choice and caution in all future enhancements. The colonists now understand the power and dangers of science, and they are committed to using it responsibly to ensure the survival of their community. The colony's story becomes a testament to the perils of genetic experimentation without full understanding. The people of Genesis look to the future with cautious optimism, knowing that unity is their best hope for survival. Eva and Liam, now allies and friends, feel they have opened a new chapter for Genesis colony, a place where science and humanity coexist, balanced by hard-won wisdom. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and comment.